So what I want to do is we've got the top 10 most beautiful transgender women in the world. So let's watch the video and see if we agree with that. Is it the top 10? Where am I in this? Anyway, let's have a look and see.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cindy, and today we'll take a look at 10 beautiful transgender women in the world. There are...
So yeah, difficult. I think just starting off, I mean, this is a difficult one to kind of say. I mean, who's beautiful anyway? But well, like I say, we can see what their top 10 is, what they think is the top 10. Anyway, like I say, I've not watched this,
so a lot more beautiful
I don't know which transgender girls will be in the video.
Gender women than just these 10, of course. But these are just a few of my favorites that helped me feel inspired and hopefully inspire you as well. Let's get started.
Okay. So yeah, it's not all, you know, it's just top 10 that she follows. Her top 10.
Number 10. We start out number 10 with Valentina Sampaio, who is a beautiful Brazilian model who started her career back in 2016, where she walked her first runway at Sao Paulo Fashion Week.
I think I've heard of this lady before. I do remember hearing something about a transgender model. I don't know her, but yeah, I think I have heard of her, but I don't know that well.
In 2017, she was the first openly transgender model to be on the cover of Vogue Paris. Since then, she has been on the covers of Vogue Brazil and Elle Brazil, among other high-profile fashion magazines, and even became Victoria's Secret first transgender model in 2019, really proving that anything is possible. But in 2020, Sampaio made history when she was the first transgender model to appear on the cover of the swimsuit issue of Sports Illustrated.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So, I mean, I didn't know that she'd done that. Yeah, really good. So I've never heard of her before, but yeah, it's a good pick, I think. Let's have a look and see who else we have. We've got a little bit more about her.
Several other models from different backgrounds and with different body types were also in the issue. Sampaio still works as a model and is known for being a pioneer for transgender people in the fashion industry. Her success and public profile have given many transgender people around the world hope.
Yeah, so it shows you that anything is possible. I mean, being a transgender model, how amazing. I bet she's living the dream. I mean, wow, you know, to be able to achieve that, it's amazing.
Number 9. Caroline Cossey, also known as Tula, is an English model and actress who is best known for her work in the late 1970s and 1980s and for being one of the first openly transgender models.
So this lady, I do know a lot about her. I was going to make a video, to be honest with you, about her in the past. I started to make it, and it ran into like over an hour. And I do a lot of my editing on my phone, and yeah, I need to start using my laptop. But I was doing some editing on it, and my phone just basically said like, you've got too much information on your phone, too much storage. I didn't have enough room for the pictures and everything. So I was making a video about her. I might still go back to do that video in the future. At the moment, I need to take a break and kind of work out how best to do it, because I did get kind of carried away with it, and I was kind of following like her life story and stuff. So I do know a lot about her. Like I said, I wanted to do this video about her, but yeah, I'll have to go back to it in the future. But anyway, let's see what they say about her anyway here.
Cossey started out as a model in the early 1970s, and she quickly became successful. She was featured in Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and Cosmopolitan, all of which are well-known fashion magazines. She was one of the Bond girls in the James Bond movie For Your Eyes Only. which came out in 1981. During the 1980s, she also appeared in a number of other movies and TV shows, and even starred in a Playboy magazine. She did all this without people knowing she was transgender. Of course, people had different views back then, so hiding it made a lot of sense. But
yeah, this is the thing. I mean, you know, I guess when we look at the past, I mean, like when I did the video recently about Miriam, about something about Miriam and Miriam, the first like reality transgender star. Even though that was like 20 years ago, it's like 2023, I think it was. No, 2003, not 2023, 2003. And that show was all about she was trans, but none of the male contestants knew she was trans. And it was like, I mean, it's been seen as like probably the worst TV show ever because of what the idea was behind it. But back then, just 20 years ago, it was okay to see trans people as like, when the guys found out she was trans, like, oh no, I can't believe I've been tricked by a trans girl. It was that kind of thing. That's still that attitude, which we still have a bit of that now, but luckily things are changing in the world. But back in the like 70s and the 80s, I mean, yeah, definitely being transgender was definitely not something that people would accept. I mean, she's like one of the trailblazers, like, you know, what she achieved in her career. It's quite amazing.
funnily enough, people couldn't even tell she was trans, really showing there is no difference. However, sadly, in 1981, a tabloid newspaper exposed Cossey claiming she was transgender, which caused a lot of outrage and, to no surprise, made her depressed and be in a very dark period of her life. Good news, though, she overcame all of it. Number 8, we have Carmen Carrera, who is an actress, model, and transgender rights activist who was born in Puerto Rico. She started her career as a performer in the drag ballroom scene in New York City. In 2010, Carrera was a contestant on the 3rd season of RuPaul's Drag Race, even though she didn't win.
Yeah, I do know this lady. Well, like I said, I don't know her, but I know of her. I mean, none of these people I know personally. But I do know that yeah, she was on RuPaul's Drag Race or whatever. I think she originally was like did drag, but still kind of lived as a boy kind of thing. And then she came out, and then she transitioned. I mean, I might say something about that now. Again, I might be wrong about this. I'm not like an expert on her, but I think it was something like that.
In the competition, Carrera became known for her glamorous looks and quickly gained a following among fans of the show. Being on RuPaul's Drag Race, she publicly identified as a gay man, but after the 3rd season, Carrera started coming out as transgender and started her transition. She has also worked as a fashion model, walking the runway for designers like Jean-Paul Gaultier and Marco Marco. Carrera has also been in a number of TV shows and movies, and she was also in a video campaign for the Transgender Legal Defense and Education Fund, which was meant to raise awareness about transgender discrimination in the workplace. A lot of amazing things she has accomplished.
Yeah, definitely. So, like I say, I follow her. I think I've got her YouTube channel. I'm not sure if she does much on her YouTube channel at the moment, but she does do quite a lot on her Instagram. So if you want to see more of her, yeah, just pop over to like Instagram. So I mean, like I'll try and put some links. I mean, if people ask me, I'll definitely like send links and stuff.
Number 7. Geena Rocero is a model, a TED speaker, and transgender advocate who was born in the Philippines. Moving to the US when she was 17 to become a model, she later became known as one of the most successful transgender models in the fashion industry, working for brands like Rimmel, H&M, and CoverGirl. Rocero gave a TED.
All right. Well, I've never heard of this lady before, but we've got another model here. I mean, I think it kind of makes sense, really, because when we talk about like transgender women, I'm about 5'10", so obviously when I've got heels on, I can get up to 6 foot. I can go above 6 foot. It depends on what heels I'm wearing. If I'm wearing pretty high ones, so you know, we've got the height. Transgender women have got the height, which is like perfect for like modeling and clothing and stuff like that. But I think the other thing is about being a transgender model. I mean, not that I think this is you need to be like this to be, you know, but to be that kind of model, normally you've got to be like quite slim and stuff. So you've got the height and you're kind of slender. I guess, you know, you've got that body, it works.
Talk in 2014, in which she told people she was transgender and talked about her own life. She also used the stage to fight for transgender rights and bring attention to the violence transgender people face. After her TED Talk, Rocero started an organization called Gender Proud, which produces media centered on transgender issues, really trying to help everyone who is struggling with their identity. Amazing. Number 6.
Yeah, it's good when you hear someone who does get like success, and I mean, I'll be honest, like a dream. I mean, I think every trans woman wishes they could have some kind of success like that, because you know, obviously, when you come out as trans, you have to accept that, you know, some things in life you think like might be more difficult because you've got to get past the point of people who kind of like to accept you, because obviously a lot of people still don't accept transgender people. And like she said, she came out as trans, I think when she was doing a TED Talk. So she'd already kind of got her fame and she came out later on. But at least now that she is out and telling people, you know, who she is, she's using that and, you know, fighting for the rights for transgender people. So, I mean, obviously really great. So we're on number 6 now.
Harisu, whose real name is Lee Kyung-eun, is a singer and actress from South Korea. She is known for being one of the first celebrities in Korea to come out as transgender. Harisu started out as a model in the late 1990s, and her striking looks and androgynous style made her very popular very quickly. She later became a singer, and her first album was a big hit in Korea and other Asian countries when it came out in 2001. She has also been in Korean TV shows and movies and has been a regular guest on a number of variety shows. As of 2007, Harisu has 5 studio albums in the Korean language, but she also frequently sings in English. Trans and a music genius. Number 5.
So yeah, and another lady that I've never heard of. I do know in Asia there's a lot of famous transgender stars. I think in my last stream I was talking a little bit about this, that I feel like in Asia there's more acceptance in the sense in media and in culture. I was going to pull a video today about Thailand, because I spoke about this before, how like that's something about Miriam. If they had have done that in Thailand, I think the people would have been kind of confused by it, because the transgender women in Thailand, which they call ladyboy or ladyboys, it's just kind of more part of everyday life. It's not like a big thing, you know. Right, let's have a look at the next lady.
Gigi Gorgeous is a Canadian model, actress, and YouTube star whose real name is Giselle Lazarato. Gorgeous first became known when she started posting makeup tutorials and videos about her life on YouTube. As her channel grew, she started talking about being a transgender woman and her journey of changing her gender in front of the public. You can truly see her amazing transition and journey scrolling through her YouTube videos. Gorgeous has worked as a model as well as on YouTube. She's been in a number of high-profile ads and fashion shows. In 2016, the movie This Is Everything, Gigi Gorgeous, which was about her life as a transgender woman, showing the world who she truly was. Number 4.
Yeah, okay, well, I know this lady. So yeah, I know she was a very successful YouTuber. I've watched a few of her videos. I should really watch more of her videos, to be honest with you. I didn't know before. She kind of came up and I was watching videos and I caught her. And yeah, you can, if you go on a channel and just try and see some of the videos, because she's got so many videos. You can see like her transition as well, which is crazy. Okay, so let's see who the top 4 are.
Candis Cayne is an American actress and performance artist who is known for being one of the first openly transgender actresses to play a transgender character on primetime television. In the 1990s, Cayne started out as a performer in New York City. She became known for her drag shows and her work as a choreographer and dance teacher. She later became an actress, and in 2007, she got a recurring role on the ABC drama Dirty Sexy Money, where she played a transgender character named Carmelita. Cayne's portrayal of a transgender character was groundbreaking because it was both real and nuanced. Number 3. Nong.
Wow. So, yeah, just before we move on, yeah, so amazing, really, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure some of you out there, you know a lot of the ladies that we're covering today. Yeah, like I said, I do know of her. I'm gonna have to check that TV show out. Actually, I think I heard about it before. I'm always interested to see when there's like a famous like these trans women that are so successful, they do movies. I mean, I love that to see transgender people in film and stuff. Okay, let's move on. So, who's this lady now? I think I know this lady.
Nong Poy is a Thai model, actress, and TV host who goes by the name Trichata Pecharat. Nong Poy got her start in the entertainment business in 2004 when she won the Miss International Queen, which is a beauty pageant for transgender women. This win made her famous all over the country and gave her the chance to become a model and actress. Since then, she has become one of the most famous models in Thailand and has been in many fashion shows and magazines. She is really helping to bring the Thai transgender community to a next level of acceptance.
Of course, I've heard of this lady. I have quite a lot of Thai friends, and my best friend always talks about this lady. She's like the most famous. If anything, she says she's like the most famous Thai transgender girl. So, yes. Like I say, I don't know a lot about her myself, but I know that she has done a lot of films. So we're on number 2 now. Let's see what we've got for number 2.
Petras is a German singer and songwriter who is known all over the world for her pop music and her support of transgender rights. Petras, who was 13 in 2006, made an appearance on a German news program and spoke about her medical gender transition in an effort to get permission for early gender confirmation surgery before the age of 16. She made appearances in a documentary and a talk show when she was just 14 years old. International media outlets covered her transition as a result of these appearances, referring to her as the youngest trans woman in the world.
Well, okay. So I've got a few things to say. I do know her very well, obviously. I think most people do now. She's been extremely successful in the last few years. I was lucky enough to see her live. I went to Manchester Pride. So she was performing at one of the Pride festivals. But yes, she did do. I mean, she was quite young when she transitioned, and I remember seeing her. So yeah, if you know Transgender, which is well, she's a famous singer.
Petras' music career first got noticed in 2017 when she released her first single, "I Don't Want It At All." The song quickly went viral, and Petras started to get fans who liked her infectious pop sound and catchy hooks. She is considered by many to be one of the most important transgender musicians of her generation. What a beautiful soul. On number 1, we have Lysette, who is an American actress and activist who is best known for her roles in the TV shows Transparent and Pose. In 2014, when she was cast in the Amazon Prime show Transparent, which was about a transgender woman and her family, Lysette became known all over the country. Lysette played Shay, a transgender hairstylist, and her performance was praised for how real it was and how well it showed what it's like to be transgender. Lysette made her big screen debut in 2019 when she starred in the critically acclaimed box office hit Hustlers alongside Jennifer Lopez and Constance Wu, among others. Hustlers was amazing because it was not specified that she was trans, making her equal to the rest of the crew. We have come a long way, haven't we? And those are the top 10.
So yeah, I'd just like to say, I mean, I don't know this lady, but I will definitely check her out because I'm always interested in actresses as well as trans actresses, and that was quite cool. She actually she played a character that wasn't trans. That's amazing because that's another thing. There's a lot of things, and I'm not sure about what you guys think out there, but you can leave a comment and let me know what you think. But there's this big debate about like, should characters that are trans be played by trans people? I know there's a thing like they say a lot of time, like gay characters should be played by gay men. I'm not in that. I don't feel like that. I feel like for actors and actresses, I really want the best person to be playing the character. Now, of course, it's a bonus to have a trans character and be a trans person. I do like that. I must admit, I do like that. So it's not something I'm against. But I think that it should be the best person for that role. And she just proved like she was playing a character that wasn't even identified as trans. What I mean is, you could say, well, oh, that's not good. Da, da, da. I think it's kind of like sometimes it doesn't matter. She's playing a character. So I'll definitely check her out. So, what do you think? Do you agree with that list? I think that they've covered quite a few interesting ladies there. A few there that I've never heard of before. And a few that I'm going to check out in the future because that was quite interesting. So there is quite a few that they was many they didn't cover. It's quite surprising when you think about how many transgender people are actually now in the entertainment industry. So it's good. It's a good thing. So yeah, it was quite interesting. I found that quite interesting anyway.